Welcome to Petite Python. So here we've got a selection of short videos aimed at teaching you all about Python. They're aimed at beginners, so we're going to start with some really simple stuff and develop as we go through the videos. I aim to keep the videos down to about 10 to 12 minutes in length, hence the Petite name, and that's so that it gives you a chance to learn a bit at a time, go away, try things out, come back, look at the next video. I would encourage you to watch all of the video series, subscribe to my channel, and happy watching. So to begin with, just to let you know, we need a integrated development environment to use Python. There are many of them, most of them are free and you can download them from the net. The one I'm using, which is the one I've got open, is thonny.org or Tonny. So if you get yourself over to that website, download for your Windows or Mac or whatever you're using. There's various flavors, and when you fire up Thonny, you should see a screen that looks like this. Okay, now first lesson, I've created a file which I've called simple.io, which is simple input and output. And all we're going to do is look at how we can get things onto the screen in Thonny and how we can take some information from the user. So pretty basic stuff. So we're going to start with the print command, which you'll use a lot of, no doubt. And in time-honored tradition, we're going to do a hello program. So Thonny, Python rather, like other languages, has a print command. Many other languages do. If you've used things like C or Visual Basic or Pascal or anything like that, you'd have come across a print command, standard basic. So all we're going to do with this is print hello Python to the screen. In this case, all of the output will appear in the shell at the bottom. The little green play button is how we run a script in Thonny. So I'm just going to go ahead and run that. And you'll see down the bottom we've got hello Python. Nice and simple. That's the simplest form of using the print command. And we can add on other things. And we'll get 2 lines printed if we run that, or at least we should. And there you go. A little tip, if you want to keep the shell area of the screen clean and just tidy up, you can just press Control and L for Lima, and that will clear the screen. Okay, so Python, like other languages, has variables, and variables have data types. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's do an example. So we'll introduce a variable called forename. In this case, it will be a string. So we're going to put in a name, or assign a name, a string into that variable. And then when we come to the print command, I'm going to change that slightly and print out the forename. Okay, so what are we doing here? So we have this fixed string, Bill. Bill's going to be assigned into the variable called forename. On the print command, we're going to print the static string hello, and then we're going to add, or concatenate as it's known, the variable forename. So Bill will be replaced with the variable forename, so we should get hello Bill. I'm purposely going to insert a space there, otherwise hello Bill will appear as one word, so we'll just force a space in there. So when we run that, indeed we see hello Bill. Print is quite powerful. This is one way of printing variables in print. In later lessons we'll come on to some other syntax of doing this, but I think this is the simplest one to start with. So we can also do things like introduce a new variable called surname. So into the variable surname, we'll assign the string Smith, and we can similarly print that string. So again, Bill goes into the variable forename, Smith goes into surname. We're going to print them and concatenate them. So the concatenation operator in Python is the plus sign. So that will add them together. And if I run that, you'll spot the deliberate mistake. I'll Control L and just clear the shell at the bottom there. And there you go. Hello, Bill Smith. You'll see that it's just concatenated the Bill and the Smith and there's no space, but that's no problem. We can just go back and insert a space there just by doing a blank string like that. And if I rerun the program, you'll see now, hello, Bill Smith. Okay, so that's your first program. Pretty unexciting, to be honest, but let's move on. So this is fine if your name's Bill Smith. I dare say yours isn't, nor is mine. So it's not much use to anyone else. So what we can do is we can take some input from the user and ask them their name, and then we can print out hello and make it personal to them. So to do that, we can use the input command in Python. And we can give a prompt and say something like enter your forename. And similarly for the surname, we can say input enter your surname. Just put a colon there so it looks a bit neater. So input will prompt the user and it will sit and wait until we enter something and press return. Just like we did when it was Bill, input returns the string that the user enters, and it will assign that into the variable called forename, and the same for surname. And then we can go ahead and print hello and whatever the user's forename and surname is. So let's just clear the shell. Let's run that. You'll see it's asking me what is my forename. Let's do Fred. What is my surname? Blogs, and it should say hello Fred Blogs. And indeed it does. So there's some simple input, an example there. And we could extend this. We could say about age and so on. I won't do that now. So there's simple input in Python, some simple output in Python. The only way to learn coding, any kind of coding, is to do it yourself. What you can't do is read a book or just sit and watch YouTube videos until you get bored. You need to go in, have a play, download Thonny, fire it up, using this as an example, see if you can extend it, get some more inputs from the user, print some more outputs, and just really that's the only way to learn. I would encourage you to subscribe to my videos and move on to lesson 2 when you're ready, and thanks for joining. I'll catch you soon.